Good morning, students. Today we'll start with new topic, that is sexual reproduction. So let us start. So we are also familiar with modes of reproduction that depends on the involvement of two individuals, right? Before a new generation can be created. Just like bulls alone cannot produce a new calves, nor can hens also produce new chicks, right? So in such cases, both sex, that is male and female, are needed to produce new generation. Okay, so how? Okay, so why the sexual mode of reproduction? Why? That is question mark. Okay, so the creation of two cells from one individual copying of the DNA as well as the cellular apparatus. The DNA copying mechanism, as have not noticed, cannot be absolutely accurate, and the resultant error a source of variation in population of the organism. So, every individual organism cannot be protected by variations, but in a population, variation are useful for ensuring the survival of the species. It would therefore make sense if organism came up with the reproductive mode that allow more and more variations to be generated. Means this modes of reproduction, that's why it is needed, because we need more than a number of that species, right? Means we need the survival of the species in more in number, and this is also known as the variation. Okay, so that we can variate between the same species. Okay, while DNA copying mechanisms are not absolutely accurate, they are precise enough to make the generation of variation a fairly slow process. Okay, how? So if the DNA copying mechanism were to be less accurate, many of the resultant DNA copies would not be able to work with a cellular apparatus. Okay, means it is not necessary if it is a DNA copying, it will be work. So and maybe they would die. This is also happens. So how can the process of making variants be spread up? Okay, so each new variant is made by a DNA copy that already has variation accumulate from new previous generation. Thus two different individuals in a population would have quite different patterns to accumulate variations. In this way we can produce. So since all of these variations are in living individual, it is assured that they do not have any real bad effect. Really bad effect means we have to clarify it is a bad effect or not. So combining variations from two or more individual would thus create new combination of the variants. We can combine two different individuals. Okay, so two individuals can combine together and form a new individual. Each combination would be involved, since it would involve two different individuals. The sex of mode of the reproduction incorporate such a process of combining DNA from two different individuals during the reproduction. Okay, this is the same way. Okay, so we can okay, so this is the main process, but we'll go little deep. But this creation is a major difficulty. Okay, so what was that difficulty is, if each new generation is to be the combination of DNA copies from two pre-existing individual, then each new generation will end up having twice the amount of DNA that the previous generation had. This is likely to mess up the control of the cellular apparatus by the DNA. So, how many ways can we think for the solving this difficulty? So, we can solve by many ways. So, we have seen earlier that as organisms become more complex, the specialization of the tissue increases. है ना? One solution that may multiple cells organism have founded from the problem method above to have a special line of the cells in a specific organ, in which only half of the number of the chromosome and half amount of the DNA as compared to the non-reproductive body cells. Means half number of your chromosomes and half number of your DNA can be copied. So this is achieved by the process of cell division. that is also called meiosis, right? So thus when these germ cells from two individuals combine during sexual reproduction to form a new individual, it is a result in a re-establishment of the number of chromosome and also the DNA content from the for the new generation. So it is clear? Yes. So after the formation of new generation, okay, so if the zygote is to grow and develop into an organism which has highly specialized tissues and the organ, okay, then it has to be sufficient storage of the energy for during this, means it needs sufficient type of energy. So in very simple organism, it is seen that two germ cells are not very different from one another, okay, or we can say or many even be similar, है ना? So but as the body design become more complex, the germ cells also specialized. So one germ cell is a large and contain the food storage, while the other is a small and like to be motile. In this way, the zygote can survive. So conventionally, the motile germ cells is called the male gamete, and the germ cell containing the storage of the food is called the female gamete. So we shall see in the next few sessions how the need to create these two different types of gametes give rise to difference in a male female and also the reproductive organ. So in some cases difference in the bodies of the male and female organisms, okay, so in this way we can found, okay. So here we having our next topic, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plant. So flowers also have sexual reproduction. How? Okay, so the reproductive part of angiosperm are located in the flower. You have also studied the different part of the flower, right, like sepals, petals, stamen and pistil, you can see in this diagram also. So, stamen and pistils are the reproductive part of the flower which contain the germ cells. What possible function could the petals and sepals serve? Okay, so the flower may be unisexual, है ना, that is papaya. We can take example papaya and watermelon, है ना, when it contains either stamens or pistil or bisexual. So if we'll take a bisexual example, that is hibiscus and mustard, okay. So when it contain both stamens and pistil, stamen is a male reproductive part, remember this, and produce pollen grain, that the yellowish color you have seen in this flower, some yellow color, okay, so that is known as pollen grain. You must have seen the yellowish powder that often stick in our hands if the touches and the stamen of the flower, okay. So pistil is present in the center of the flower and is the female reproductive part. So pistil is a female reproductive part. It is made up of three parts, okay. So pistil is made up of three parts. You can see here in this diagram also, you can see. So the swollen bottom body of the ovary, middle elongated part in the style, and the terminal part which may be sticky to the stigma, okay, is the stigma. The ovary contain ovule and each ovule has an egg cell. The male germ cells produced by pollen grain fuses with the female gametes present in the ovule, okay. So this fusion of the germ cells or fertilization gives us the zygote, okay. Now you understood this too? Okay, so we have zygote, so which is capable of growing into new plant, means this zygote will convert into a new plant, okay. So thus the pollen needed to be transferred from the stamen to the stigma, okay. So how? If this travels of pollen occur in the same flower, it is referred to as self pollination, okay. So what they are telling, if it transfers, means that pollen transfers to the same flower, that is, it is known as self pollination. But on the other hand, if the pollen transfer from the another one, means one flower to another flower, it is also known as cross pollination, means if we having the same flower, that is self pollination. If we having two different flower, that is known as cross pollination. So this transfer of pollen from one flower to another is achieved is achieved by the agents like, means how these pollen get transferred from one flower to another. So by the help of wind, है ना, or we can say by the help of water or animal. Okay, so after the pollen lands on a suitable stigma, it has to reaches the female germ cells which are in the ovary, inside the ovary. Okay, from this a tube grows out of the pollen grain and travel it through the style to reaches the ovary. After fertilization, the zygote divides several times to form an embryo within the ovule, okay, inside the ovule, okay. So the ovule develops a tough coat and is gradually converted into seed, means that ovule is converted into a seed. The ovary grows rapidly and ripes means uska pakna, okay, and ripens to form a fruit. So meanwhile, the petals spread, the petals, sepals, stamen, style and the stigma may serviles and fall off. Okay, so in this way a plant germinate. Okay, so our next topic is reproduction in human being. Okay, so far we have been discussing the variety of modes that different species use for reproduction. Now let us now look at the species that we are most interested in, namely humans. So humans uses a sexual mode of reproduction, but how does this process work? So let us begin at an apparently unrelated point. All of us know that our body changes and we become older, right? You have learned the changes that takes place in our body earlier. So we acquired, like for example, we acquired teeth, even loses the old, so also called as milk teeth, and acquired new one, right? So means replacement of teeth also we have seen. So all of these are the changes that can be grouped under the general process of the growth. Okay, so under the growth in which the body become large. But in early teenager years, a whole new set of changes occurs that cannot be explained simply as body enlargement, and instead the appearance of the body changes and proportion change, and the portions also changes, new features appears, and so do new sensations. In this way our body get a new sensation. So all of these changes takes place slowly over a period of a month and years. They do not happen all the time in a one person, nor do they happen at an extra age. In some peoples they happen early and quickly, while in others they happen slowly. Okay, so why does the body show sexual maturation at this age? So we have talked about the need of specialized cell types in multicellular body to carry out our specialized function. So however, while the body of the individual organized is growing into an adult size, okay, so the resources of the body are mainly directed to achieving this growth. While that is happening, the maturation of the reproductive tissue is not likely to be a major priority. Thus, as the rate of general body growth begin to slowly down and reproductive tissue begin to mature, this period during adolescence is called puberty. Okay, so now we'll talk about, so in this way our body get and take chances to grow up, okay, in this way. So we'll start with the next topic, that is male reproductive system. So male reproductive system consists of the portion which produces the germ cells and other portion that delivers the germ cells of a site of the fertilization. The formation of germ cells or sperms takes place in a testis. They are located outside the abdominal cavity in scrotum. Okay, because sperm formation require a low temperature that the normal body temperature. We have discussed the role of the testis in the secretion of the hormone, for example testosterone, right, in our previous chapter. So in addition to regulation the formation of sperm, testosterone brings about changes in the appearance appearance seen in the boys at the time of puberty. Okay, so the sperm formed are delivered through the vasa deferentia, which utilize a tube coming from the urinary bladder, and the uterus thus from the common passage from both the sperms and the urine. So along the path of the vasa deferentia, glands like the prostate and the seminal vesicles add their secretions, so that the sperm are now is fluid, which make their transport easier, and this fluid also provide nutritions. The sperm are tiny body that consist of mainly genetic material and a long tail that helps them to move towards the female germ cells. Okay, so this is about male reproductive system. Now we'll talk about female reproductive system. So the female germ cells, or egg we can say, are made in the ovaries. They are also responsible for the production of some hormones. Okay, you can look by this, you can learn by this structure. So the fertilized egg, that is known as zygote, start dividing and form a balls of a cell or embryo. The embryo is implanted and lining of the uterus, where they continue to grow and develop organ to form a fetus, right? So we have seen in the earlier session that the mother body is designed to undertake the development of the child. Hence the uterus prepare itself every month to receive the the growing embryo. Okay, and the embryo and means this embryo is inside the stomach, right? So the embryo get nutrition from the mother's blood with the help of special tissues called placenta. This is a disc which is embedded in the urinary wall. It contains villi on the embryo side of the tissue. On mother sides are blood space and which surrounded to the villi. This provide a large surface area for glucose and oxygen to passes from mother to the embryo, and the developing embryo also generate waste substances will be removed, right, by transferring them into the mother blood through the placenta. Okay, so the development of a child inside the mother body that approximate 9 months, right? So now let us talk about what happens when the egg is not fertilized. Okay, if the egg is not fertilized, it lives for about 1 day. Since the ovary release one egg every month, the uterus also prepared itself every month to receive a fertilized egg. Thus the lining becomes thick and spongy. They would be required for nourishing the embryo if fertilization had takes place. Now, however, the lining is not needed any longer. So, the lining slowly breaks and come out through the vagina as blood and mucus also. And the cycle takes place roughly every month, and this is known as menstruation. It usually lasts from about 2 to 8 days. Okay. So this is all about what happens when the egg is not fertilized. Okay, so the last topic is reproductive health. So what is known as reproductive health? So it is just a state of complete physical, mental and social well-being, and not merely the absence of diseases or infirmity in all matters relating to the reproductive system and to its function and the process also. So this is means when we are complete fitted by our physical, mental and social health. So this is your last topic of this chapter. Now here we have question answers. Okay, so these are your question answers you have, and also the exercise. So this is your exercise related to your chapter. Okay, so here your chapter is completed. Thank you.